if we can afford it, I guess, because a good time for us to take a visit here and learn a little bit about fiscal responsibility with our Faith and Finance segment. Andrew Blazsik, Professor of Finance and Economics at Adrian College, in studio with us. Good morning, Drew. How are you?
Good morning, Ron and Dave. Appreciate this. Hopefully,
been enjoying
great singing. I love
it. Thank you, Andrew.
Wow, what a liar!
Ooh, yeah. It is good to have you with us, and a lot in the news these days about money in our country. We're talking about it from a Catholic perspective, but how we handle these things sometimes leads to some very difficult situations, and we're starting to see that unfold in our own nation.
Previous weeks, we talked about the sin of usury. What we want to do is present what is the implications in our debt society. A couple things I wanted to bring up was that there's a full-blown liquidity crisis that's going on with our economic system. What's liquidity? It's cash. Cash is drying up very quickly, and there must be something that they have to do about it. Now, the main reason for that is that how is money created? Money is created into existence through loans. So money, 95 to 96% of all dollars was because someone took a loan out.
Wow.
Okay? So this is
that's staggering, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
It's pretty crazy. And that's how our monetary system's set up. In 2015, when I first started teaching, there's two different data points I want to bring up here. You got something called the M2 money supply. Let's talk about M1 real quick. M1 is money that's in your checking, in your pockets. It's money to be ready to be spent, very liquid. Then you got something called M2. M2 is everything M1 is plus your savings. I'm going to make it very simple. It's just savings account. Maybe money markets, stuff like that. But it's money that's liquid, but you put aside for
this includes savings. Retirement accounts and that
not retirement,
not retirement accounts. Okay,
so those
just
aren't
your
liquid.
Own personal savings.
Your savings, typically you get paid. You put in your checking what you're going to pay the bills, and the rest goes in savings. In 2015, savings used to be 4 times the amount of in your checking. So it was pretty large compared to that. Now, 90% of all the money is in checking. So savings is shrinking very big. Now, right now, it seems like it's a lot of money. It's $20 trillion in savings and checking. So that's how much money that's out there. Now,
$20 trillion.
That sounds like a lot, but it was loaned into existence. Now we have to compare it to other things. Now, it's $20 trillion, but you have a national debt that's $33 trillion.
Right.
That means we don't have enough money to pay off the national debt. So all the money
everyone
out there,
took every
penny that we have,
is
not enough out there. Savings and checking. Let alone you got federal debt, you got mortgage debt, which is about $15 trillion.
Oh my God.
You got auto loan debt, which is $1.5 trillion, and is skyrocketing. The average car in 2023 is about $49,000, brand new car.
Can you imagine $50,000 for a car?
Not too long ago. I'm talking about 2019. It was $32,000. So people want more expensive cars. Part inflation, part people believe they should have go in debt.
You always got to step up, right?
Student loan debt is $1.77 trillion. So the point is
$1.7 trillion.
The point is we have $20 trillion of money, but most of it's all debt. It must be paid back. I didn't include state debt. I didn't include municipality debt. There's a lot of debt. And we talk about usury. Now the sin is with the lender, but the consumer has some responsibility, because are we getting something out of our means? Are we purchasing things because we think we should own a nicer vehicle? And that's what you see all this debt coming up. And the system understands we have a full-blown liquidity crisis. And the only way to satisfy it is to pump more liquidity into it. And how do you do that? You do that through loans. So to feed the beast is to get loans, and that's the problem in the first place. It's a never-ending issue unless you correct the monetary system.
So the more you seek the loan, the more loans are being made, really.
You seek the loan to have more liquidity, but you're causing your society to go more and more in debt. If everyone took savings and they saved and then they purchased things, they don't like that. And that's why they give tax benefits to interest payments.
If you borrow.
And businesses. They want business to lend.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? I mean, look, I literally get 5-6 pieces of mail every day here at Annunciation Radio companies saying, hey, how about going to debt with us? And like, well, no, we're debt free. We kind of like being debt free. But and then personally, of course, you're always getting all of this junk mail, people wanting to give you money with checks in the mail. Here's a check. All you have to do is, put it in your bank account and then start paying us back. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good to go. But you can see the temptation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's all driven in that way. And we talk about Catholic teaching. This is a very clear scriptural principle too. The borrower becomes slave to the lender. Well, if you're already a slave and then you take out more, I mean, it's just slavery on top of slavery.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a never ending process that,
it's an oppressive relationship.
It is.
Yeah. And it's getting worse.
So then I think next week we should talk about what are the consequences of debt and how it drives up the price level. And it affects two different groups. It affects businesses, which is fascinating, and it affects individuals and how we purchase things.
Well, and then the practical, Drew. So a lot of people are in debt. I mean, maybe we can I don't know if there's some simple steps to begin to change that process, to change that direction. But first there has to be a conviction, right? That debt itself is harmful.
I think if you want something and it's not something you have to have right now, do the principle of wait, labor for that, save, and then purchase.
It's crazy.
It's a good lesson this morning. Wow. That's eye-opening statistics too. Man.
We're talking every Friday here about money from a Catholic perspective. Hope that you'll continue to join us as that conversation continues. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You as well.
Save, save, save.